Hello everyone, this video is a recording of my conference presentation titled Careful Fandom, BTS, ARMY, and the Ethics of Care. I previously made this presentation at the 2022 Northeastern American Popular Culture Association Conference, as well as gave a shorter version of the same topic in a conference poster presentation to the 2022 Fan Studies Network North America Conference, and now I'm re-recording it to share with you. Just a couple of brief notes. When I originally made this presentation, I was making it to an audience that didn't necessarily know anything about BTS or ARMY, so there are very quick introductions to both within this presentation recording. But it's not relevant, of course, to this channel, but I just wanted to keep my presentation as it was when I gave it at the conference originally. Additionally, this is a work in progress for me, so please keep that in mind. It's something I want to keep working on and keep expanding and keep giving better examples for, so please just keep that in mind when viewing the presentation. I also have another presentation from this summer's BTS conference that I'm going to re-record and upload, so if you'd be interested in watching that one as well, that one's on homoeroticism and desire in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I will upload that next, and you can keep up to date with my presentations, projects, video essays, all that on Twitter at Courtney Lazor or on Instagram at BTS_effect. Hello everyone, today I'm presenting my work titled Careful Fandom, BTS, ARMY, and the Ethics of Care. First, for a little context, I'll start with brief introductions to care ethics as well as BTS and the ARMY fandom. So what is the ethics of care? Ethics of care, or care ethics, is a moral theory that focuses on relationships and human interconnection rather than detached or universalizable moral decision-making. The core of care ethics is about meeting needs that maintain our relationships with each other, and the concept centers on the social networks between caregivers and care receivers. The theory is often traced back to the work of Carol Gilligan and Nell Noddings in the 1980s, but since then, many scholars have expanded or applied the concept to various fields. Applications have been made to medicine and nursing, education, business, law, open access librarianship, and even the music of U2. The concept of care is complicated. While there isn't a singular definition, the one I'll call on for this project was offered by Tronto and Fisher, who wrote, quote, "Caring can be viewed as a species activity that includes everything that we do to maintain, continue, and repair our world so that we can live in it as well as possible." Gilligan also emphasized the relational nature of care when she wrote, "The fact of interconnection informs the central, recurring recognition that just as the incidence of violence is in the end destructive to all, so the activity of care enhances both others and self." So next, who are BTS and ARMY? BTS is a 7-member ensemble from South Korea. The group was formed through an audition process and debuted in June 2013 under what was, at the time, a small K-pop agency known as Big Hit Entertainment. Throughout the course of their 10-year career, BTS has organically grown from their humble roots into the biggest band in the world. The group consistently smashes records related to sales, streaming, and concerts, wins a majority of the awards for which they're nominated, and has amassed a global fan base in the millions. BTS's global fan base is ARMY, a name given to fans by Big Hit in July 2013. ARMY are extremely active and visible across most social media platforms, and the fandom is known for its dedication and internal organization. Though it's impossible to quantify the full scale of ARMY, BTS's social media followings can give you an idea. At the time of writing, they currently have over 47 million Twitter followers, 71 million subscribers on the Bangtan TV YouTube channel, and 68 million on the official Instagram. So I've spent almost 8 years enmeshed in the BTS ARMY fandom online, and I've often considered the broad question of in what ways might ARMY be influenced by BTS. Like I mentioned, ARMY as a fandom is highly active on social media, and many fans create their own organizations or fan groups within ARMY. Lots of these fan groups and general fan activities share a common goal of somehow helping BTS or other ARMY. And this observation led me to ask, how might BTS and ARMY be demonstrating an ethic of care? I think we see ARMY demonstrate care in 4 main categories: towards BTS, towards other ARMY, towards themselves, and towards the world. ARMY demonstrate a lot of care towards BTS. They offer well wishes on social media when BTS members are sick or hurt, write fan letters, and trend hashtags for BTS's birthdays and achievements. ARMY join in for live streams hosted by the members, often resulting in playful behaviors in tandem with the group. These playful acts have been previously observed in a set of papers by Ringland and others as contributions to building the shared community of BTS and ARMY. ARMY also make large, organized efforts to purchase and stream BTS's music and vote for them for awards. While this practice may be criticized by some, ARMY joined together to support BTS's work as a way to give back to the band. By helping BTS break records, ARMY can bring more attention to the group. Fans care about getting BTS recognition, especially in music industries that might view them as nothing more than outsiders. ARMY expressed care towards BTS by promoting their messages and music, which has contributed to helping BTS grow and maintains the solid relationship between the fandom and the artist. There are also ARMY content creators, writers, and researchers like myself who show care towards BTS with their attempt to share true fandom narratives, often in opposition to mainstream characterizations of BTS and the fandom. Likewise, fan translators spend their spare time providing Korean to English translations, among other languages, for BTS's large international fan base, often providing context and nuance that can be missed by non-Korean speakers. These fans show care by ensuring that BTS's words are conveyed accurately, and when so many ARMY don't speak Korean, their work is crucial. ARMY also show care towards other ARMY. Fan translation also fits into this category, but there are many other types of fan accounts that care for community members. For example, navigating the fandom as a new fan is difficult, but some ARMY create resources in the form of websites, videos, social media threads, and PDFs that they can share with others in an effort to help them learn more about BTS's content, streaming music, and other fan activities. What I find most intriguing about this category is that there is a plethora of fan accounts that aren't focused on the social learning around helping BTS or BTS's work. There are a lot of groups that endeavor to help ARMY with non-fandom topics. ARMY has fan groups that teach Korean, offer support to ARMY researchers, and provide subject tutoring, among other topics. There are accounts dedicated to mental health support, disability support, and various professions. These accounts fulfill needs, but they're needs that lie outside the direct support of BTS. I believe these accounts are some of the most unique examples of ARMY's care ethics. For brevity's sake, I won't dive deeply into the two remaining categories, but in sum, ARMY also show care towards the self with their embodiment of BTS's message of love yourself, speak yourself. This is drawn from an album trilogy that BTS previously released with the theme of loving yourself, and the group leader Kim Namjoon included these phrases at the heart of one of his speeches at the United Nations. Finally, ARMY are also active in charity efforts year-round, which demonstrates a care towards our global society beyond the expectations of any media or celebrity fandom. ARMY is responsive to BTS, and I believe we see care in the ARMY community thanks to BTS's own examples. BTS also demonstrate care towards each other, ARMY, and the world. The group members are often shown in video content taking care of other members or communicating with them in ways that exhibit care towards that specific person. They publicly value their relationship as a group and don't shy away from displays of emotion. They're open about what the group means to them and consistently emphasize the importance of that relationship. For ARMY, BTS strive to convey sincere emotions and gratitude. This often occurs in award speeches, social media posts, and concert intermissions. They've also consistently expressed a desire to comfort fans with their music, and BTS's creator, Bang Si-hyuk, has noted how a part of BTS's foundation was a focus on authenticity and sincerity. All of these points characterize BTS's relationship with fans as one of care, and they actively demonstrate how they value the connection they've cultivated with their fandom. To give a couple of specific examples, when BTS recently announced that they'd be stepping back from group activities to pursue solo projects, the news came in the form of a video directed towards ARMY during BTS's annual anniversary celebration. Rather than make the announcement via their company or a press release, which would have been cold and impersonal, BTS communicated more directly to the fans. Another example is this short excerpt from Kim Namjoon's speech at a 2017 concert. He says, "If we, BTS, our music, our performances, or our videos, even if it's not by a lot, if we could take your pain from 100 to 99, 98, or 97, then our existence has meaning." BTS makes attempts at a reciprocal caring relationship with ARMY despite the limitations of a celebrity-fan connection. I believe that's one of the most important examples of their care ethics. There are other ways that BTS shows care, such as their own charity efforts and even through their lyrics. I can only mention that here for time's sake, but there's a lot to unpack with that as well. To wrap up, first, a note on limitations. This is currently an ongoing project, so the examples I've given here are more of an overview. I hope to expand the project to comb through additional examples and to look more closely at how expressions of care ethics might be unique in this case, such as how much of the care that occurs here is towards people who don't know each other offline and may never meet. Additionally, mass media and some online users have noted the toxic side of ARMY fandom. While poorly behaved fans surely exist, this is true of every fandom. The bad actors within a fandom don't negate the positives that also exist, and attempts to paint ARMY as this toxic monolith, as often happens in media, are not only reductive but also misleading. So I hope this presentation has given you a better idea of how the ethics of care is at the center of the BTS and ARMY community. I think if we consider BTS and ARMY through this lens, we get a deeper understanding of ARMY's fandom behaviors. Fandoms are valuable spaces, and the possibility of creating communities focused on care is just one of those reasons. By exhibiting this ethic of care, BTS inspires ARMY to mirror this care, influencing others to contribute positively to their fandom's culture, improving the community, and maybe even making the world a slightly better place. And that concludes my presentation. Thanks so much for listening.